Because he's looking up stuff.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, well, I know what clip I'm making.
Yep. It's always going to be Nate with the memorable quote there. Always going to be Nate. Welcome once again to Glassbreakers Guild and our weekly D&D session. I say weekly. We obviously missed last week. Sorry about all of that. Things got a little bit hectic last week, so we decided that we needed to take a week off, and we are now back and ready to have fun or something. We are so glad to have you here with us. We were also just going through and noticed that we have exactly 100 quotes in our quote bank, so always looking to add more to that. Help us out with that. Woohoo! Here's to the next 100. So always going to be on the lookout for those. If you guys notice something, please put it in the chat. Let us know, and we'll get those added as quotes as well. It has been a couple of weeks, but we do have our standard announcements. We've got our Discord server up and running, and I forgot to fix where those popped up, but we do have our Discord server running. You can check that out. It's a good place to keep in touch with us and keep tabs on news and what's going on with the channel. You can also get information on Curie's Creative Stream and a couple other streams that are associated with the channel as well. We do have our YouTube channel running. Our YouTube channel is the online repository for all of our back episodes, everything that we do video-wise. Here on this stream does go on to the YouTube channel. You can always go and watch all those back episodes if you want to get caught up on what we're doing here. If you missed an episode, missed the replays that we run throughout the week, you can also always go find them on the YouTube server. In addition to all of our game sessions, we do also have a couple of other one-shots that get posted there. Danny's campaign was posted there. We've also got a series we call Cover Your Assets. It's infrequent. It doesn't happen a lot, but when we do one, it gets posted there as well, so you can always check those out.
My new campaign.
Oh yes, Danny is also running a once a month campaign by Discord. We're doing an online remote sessions, and
Folks that aren't here.
that is also going to go on to YouTube. I'm not sure that I ever put the first episode up.
No, and I'm gonna need you to because it's once a month.
Yep.
Yeah, I will have to do that for you this week. So that'll be up
Yes, please.
this week. You can check that out as well. One final little plug I'm going to put in here. It's panstreams.co.uk. Big thank you to them. Big shout out for them providing sound clips for Stephen to use for Alma's spellcasting. Go check them out. Really cool, sort of ethereal music.
They've recently posted another 6 YouTube videos,
Dude.
and they're really good.
So yeah, I'm going completely the wrong direction.
Know what I'm doing later.
Never mind.
They're great. Check them out.
It's been a minute, guys. It's been such a minute.
Are they
So
responsible for alien crickets?
no, they're not
Sorry.
responsible for alien crickets. No, all of the
Just wondering.
environmental sounds and the music that we run comes from Sirenscape. So I need to give a plug to those guys as well, in addition to the little blurb I put on the start screen. So Sirenscape for tabletop gaming music, really cool service that they provide. Pan streams are the music that Alma has been using, and we still need to sort of work out how to pull that in, but we'll work on that for you guys. With that, I think that is.
He's got a thing.
I think Stephen has a
He's got a
thing.
But did you have something?
We could do a command for it.
Yeah.
In chat. That might
We
be a
wanted
good
to
idea.
thank our lovely DM, and since our DM happens to have luck that is relatively similar to my own in terms of rolling dice, we got you good luck minis. So one of them is for your last character for Emmeline. It's a kitty.
Okay. Aww.
And the other one is for Keith because you are the cutest little porcupine. Hedgehog, sorry.
That is a hedgehog.
I'm sorry. I screwed it up.
Okay. Well,
Porcupine.
I'm gonna have to
Pork
put these up
hedgehog.
here so you guys can see them. Those are adorable, and they will have to live in my dice tower. So as to hopefully give good luck. I'm not sure that you want the DM to have good luck, but okay.
It makes the story more fun.
We'll set them over there.
We want luck for Keith.
We'll set them over there.
necessarily
There
the
we go.
DM.
Okay. There we go.
Yes.
We're supporting Keith, not the team.
Keith is a
We'll
person.
see how that works.
He's a
I'm
person.
That's going to fall off there. So I'll put it down
Keith in
here.
person, not practice.
Okay. You guys,
Quote
wow.
101.
Did you? And you were just talking about the command for for Siren's Gate. Yeah, so I'll throw that. We'll throw that together for next week. And I am way off center here. What the heck is going on here? You may have noticed we are short Lance today, so he has a head cold, and we hope that he
But if you are
gets
listening,
well and
help.
gets better. If you are watching the stream, yes, of course, you are free to jump into chat and help these guys out if you need to. I'm not sure if you're watching or not, but yeah. All right. With that, who would like to do the recap?
I can. Oh.
Oh.
Danny.
All right. So Danny
I
will
love volunteering.
will do the recap.
And if you need any help, I'll
Fill in stuff if I
throw
forget
some stuff
things.
in there.
So, of course, on a personal note, Zoigan changes my subclass, Holy Balls.
Holy balls. And
Milo sees kobold raiders kill off a group of goblins.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the earthquakes causing the river to surge, crashing the Fortune's Folly with Castian on it. Back at the ranch, Mizu and Alma discuss the possibility of her being with Fabricia. Woo. Complete with woo.
Yeah.
Alma
Actual.
actually.
I was about to say, how do you write woo in crazy?
I mean, Alma is able to convince the two to talk, and this may be the start of a beautiful relationship, ? Mizu may also be realizing that she needs to consider her happiness in her marriage selection. On Simi's watch, Alma also commissions ouch blades for Simi. On Simi's watch, she is given a gift from Zoigan with no explanation, and this includes an owl tattoo over the top of her back. On the way home, we find the wreckage of the Fortune's Folly already deserted. Mizu steals all the metal stuff, while Simi keeps all the keepsake stuff and leaves a note that they can be found at the monastery in the Lost and Founds. Killian then decides that he will fix the boat, and also discovers that Mizu is a vamp at the forge.
I remember watching that and freaking gold
Much surprise.
watching Killian's face. Just be like, you can just make anything? Yeah. It's like, how long does it take you to make something? Like an hour?
An hour?
We learn that Milo can't cut down a tree,
Nope.
but apparently can cook. Maybe.
Oh,
Simi
right.
hides when the crew begins to come back, and Alma sets out to find Castian unannounced to everyone else. He runs into a bear, which looks kind of like Beaver from here.
I ran into a beaver.
Simi sees
Beaver
this
bear.
For bear.
and though he's invisible, sees the bear rip into something, and she suspects that she knows that it's Alma. She chases the bear away because she's a cray-cray bitch. The others have... I roared it away. I feel like that's an apt description at this point. The others distract the crew while she chases him into the woods. Creeper Castian has been following and continues to follow, starting a fire. Yes, starting a fire in front of Alma, almost killing him.
I just wanted his attention.
You had 2 hit points.
They all go to the forest and Alma heals himself. They go back to the boat and Simi keeps fuming in the forest. We find each other and Killian hosts a come to the light party with Mizu calming everyone.
Wow.
Alma tells his story and then takes some time to himself on the shore, at which point we have a discussion. By the fire, my tattoo reaches for the soup.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a thing.
Yeah. Also, Mizu and
Tentacle tattoo.
Fabricia decide to try to get to know each other better. Yes.
As a result of the
That'll go
previous-
well.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
It was very awkward for both of them. Let's just say that.
Oh,
It
we're
was.
also, just as a reminder, everyone, we're hitching a ride on the boat back to town.
That's right.
Yes, we are in the morning.
Where am I?
On the boat.
Am I with everybody?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you!
Thank you.
Woohoo! And another emote. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Killian, he won a bet.
To us.
About the boat.
One gold apiece.
Yes.
He won a gold. Yes. So Killian
I would
did
know that.
win a bet
Yes, he did win the bet.
by just barely managing to fix the boat before sundown.
That's right. I
How
didn't
far
know
off
how
were
to
we
play
from
that.
With
winner?
Mizuki's help. I may mention.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was
Couldn't
gonna.
have done it
Never
without
mind.
Mizuki.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys spend a very restless night by the banks of the river. The sounds of the river are starting to get back to normal as it starts to flow normally once again. Downstream is once again downstream. The sounds of the river lapping against the newly repaired Fortune's Folly as it sits tied up to the bank. Cabbage, you've been on the Fortune's Folly a good bit,
And so it's the
so you kind of have been used to the way the boat sounds as it's sitting it sort of sitting not at anchor but tied up to the shore, and it sounds a little bit different after the repairs. It's got a little bit of a deeper sound to it, like it's possibly a little more substantial than it was before.
That's good.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. You are noticing, however, that as you sort of look down the rails on either side, it's ever so slightly crooked. It's not plumb straight the way you remember it. So you don't know for sure, but you get a sense it's probably going to be a little bit ever so slightly harder to actually sail.
Gotcha.
But it will sail. So Killian actually did, decent work for not having a shipyard to put the bloody thing back together.
And Mizu.
And
Yeah.
Mizu helped as well, yes.
Yes.
Between the two of them, they were able to put the boat back together surprisingly well, given that they literally had no heavy machinery to help them. The next morning, you guys break camp, clear everything away, and board Fortune's Folly to head back into town.
Last night was just a fever dream. We just forget everything.
So, where are you?
I mean, yeah.
I think we're walking back.
Are we? Because we set up camp.
No, we set up camp like a bit of ways.
I mean, you guys set up a little bit of ways, but you were still close
Yeah.
enough that if you wanted to
Because you're
hitch,
not supposed
hitch
to
the
be in
ride.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, that's
So I will
the
leave
rest
that.
of the group
I
is
will
fine,
leave that
but
to
I
you
think
guys
you
to
and I
figure
should
out what you
probably
want to do.
walk back.
Yeah, we probably should. Dang it. Yeah, we probably should.
Why are you not allowed?
Well, I'm allowed, but I'm not supposed to be back in town yet. I was supposed to go off with my weird boyfriend and
Oh.
and
Weird boyfriend.
You could always just say you
I'm
hitched
right
a ride on the
here.
boat back. You could always just say you hitched a ride on the boat back.
that
It's
is
the wrong direction, though.
oh, that is true.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
She's coming back from the Montwells.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forget
So-
that's upstream, not downstream.
Correct. So, you guys.
Downstream, not upstream.
Oh, then it is the wrong way. Because the boat's coming downstream.
No, the boat's going upstream.
Is the boat heading? Yeah. The boat's heading back
so
to.
confused.
Okay. Yeah,
to
we're
to,
good.
What is
Cedarton.
Yeah.
direction?
So she can always just say she hitched a ride back on the boat to head back.
Okay, so that
And we make
would
good timing.
make sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we want to? How much time is technically left, and how long was she supposed to be gone?
I mean, if anyone was really paying close attention, it might be off by 2 or 3 days, but
Not
not
bad.
by much.
And I'm
Okay,
socially
so it would
awkward,
be-
so they can't expect this much of me. I mean, really.
Yeah, and then we can stop playing the charade of trying to hide you.
Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better.
Hide the Simi.
Alright, should we head to the boat then?
Yes.
I will RP this because this will probably happen. Killian will turn to the rest of you and just like Ixnay on the magic A before we cut through the bushes before we head to the boat.
Yeah, that.
So you guys arrive back at the Fortune's Folly. Greybeard and his crew are aboard doing final checks before they shove off for the day. Cabbage, it is a routine you know very well. You figure you've got about half an hour or so before they shove off. So you guys have plenty of time to get aboard and do the thing.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do.
Just waiting.
All right.
Where is Captain Greybeard?
Well, he's aboard the ship.
Is he moving around the ship currently, or is he like stationary?
He's moving around a good bit. Tends to be towards the rear,
Okay.
near the tiller, the spot where he would normally be to steer the boat as it was underway. Other members of the crew are further forward. Some of them keep popping up and down. Cabbage, you would know that they're probably heading between the rowing deck and the main deck. They may even be checking on the holds. You can't imagine, based on what you saw, that any of the cargo that was down there when the ship broke is still any good at all. It's probably waterlogged from the damage, but it's probably still there, so they're still checking on it.
Okay. I'll wait then, because once we're underway and he's like semi-stationary, I want to have a conversation with him. But
All right, you lot coming with us?
Yeah.
sorry.
Excuse me, what?
Are you mocking me, lad?
No. That was Brayden being way more enthusiastic than he thought was going to be. Yeah. Sorry.
Mine struck puberty and it struck very hard.
Gosh, dang it. It's what 2 weeks away from D&D's gonna do.
Right, well, you lot get aboard.
Get aboard.
Thanks, Captain.
I'm gonna
Take your station.
I'm getting paid for this, right?
I'm not getting paid for this one, lassie. There's no cargo in the hold.
That's fair. I'll help.
So where are you headed?
What if we...
What's my station?
Yeah.
What would be your normal station?
Should have done more research on ships.
You can throw a lifeline if you like.
Huh?
You can throw a lifeline if you like.
You're the helmsman.
I don't know that they'd let me do that.
It's $10 bucks.
I don't
Now
think
we
it has
understand.
anything to do with my height.
Throw a lifeline.
Now we understand why we should be
Oh,
concerned
you
about
could be a rigger,
navigating
a person
it.
that climbs up and down the masts.
Ooh,
As
yes.
you are a young person that would be able
You
to...
were young.
Right.
You are spry and you would be able
Yeah,
to
I like
do
that.
all of the rigging.
Okay.
I do that.
All right, so you head towards the ladders up to the rigging, and Greybeard sort of looks at you, says, "Oi, where you going?
What?
Up here.
Your new job.
Take the helm.
What?
You heard me. Take the helm."
All her prior dreams are coming true right now. I need to get a hat. You make hats. Yeah. Okay.
Question is, what kind of hat?
I feel like you
A
should go and
pirate
have
hat.
hat.
Yes,
Some
the
nice
tricorn.
Really big
We'll order
pirate
some
hat.
nice fabric.
from my family. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
this. Yeah.
I'm just
Anyway.
Cabbage is just kind of like group effort.
Yeah.
Like the sound.
Right.
Arms tucked
Steady as
in.
you go there. And Graybeard stands right there beside you. He's not going to let you put the ship in any kind of danger at all.
I'm gonna be,
I'm okay with
standing by the mast,
Okay.
more to get away from. I can't swim, as we have found out previously. I will be
Right.
just by the mast, so far away from
Okay.
if we hit something, I don't fall
Okay.
over. Bored.
So the crew have not set any type of sails out at all. The mast has been repaired. It looks solid enough, but they don't necessarily want to risk it, especially not knowing how the boat is going to handle. So they are making way under using the oars. As the Fortune's Folly shoves off from its mooring for the night, or from where it was moored for the night, a light dusting of snowfall starts across the world. Winter is on its way at this point.
Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
Nate?
Ideas.
So with Graybeard sitting right there, I would like for you to make me a navigation check to steer the boat. So this is going to be actually making an athletics check, steering the boat.
Okay.
Wait, don't I have something? Deep, 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 deep. Ooh, you said athletics.
I did say athletics.
Well, that's 11.
Oh.
Because apparently my bonus is a -1 for athletics.
Oh no.
The wheel turns you.
So
it.
Graybeard, he is standing there and he's keeping an eye on you, and he sees that you're struggling just a little bit, and he just sort of reaches out and puts a hand on it, and he doesn't do it himself, but he gives you a little bit of assistance, making the turns that needed to be made.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
And with his assistance, you are able to get the ship out into the channel, into the center of the river.
I'm
You
gonna
get-
kind of.
Thanks.
We all needed it at the start, lass. No worries.
So are you standing on the box?
Am I standing on a box?
Soapbox.
Do you need to stand on a box?
I'm about 5'2".
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you are actually just a skosh taller than Graybeard
Oh, right.
because he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you actually
No,
you've got
okay.
plenty of height to be able to see out and
that
see where you're going.
Steery ship. Steery ship. Sorry.
I would like to find Captain Graybeard when I have him.
Well, he's not hard to find. He is standing at the stern next to the wheel. Cabbage is there as well.
So aside from Cabbage, is there anybody in easy earshot?
No.
Captain,
Aye.
so we first stepped onto the ship. We were making sure that if anybody was hurt or if there were, lost souls, as it were, we were going to try to help.
Aye.
I stepped into your cabin while we were looking, and I saw an interesting sword there.
Aye.
I was just curious if it has a history. What is it?
Well, he sort of looks around. I wasn't always a humble river trader, you know. I once...
Kill the man.
With this thought.
I once served in the Empress's, may she live forever, navy.
Ow. That was a solid hit there.
The harder the hit, the more dedicated you are.
Indeed.
Making up for.
I once commanded a galleon. Steady as she goes.
Yeah, I hear that. Do I recognize him? I rolled a natural 20 as in just like to hear the conversation.
Okay, so that was a natural 20 to just make me an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. 18.
18. Now that he says that, he does look vaguely familiar. I mean, all dwarves look alike.
Just remember, snitches get stitches.
I'm one of them.
But he does look vaguely familiar.
Right, I've probably seen him at a party a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, he's out of context. He's not in the royal court.
Right.
He's out of uniform. He
could be anyone.
He could be anyone. Yeah,
Okay.
you don't know.
Interesting.
So why are you here then? I have to imagine the pay was better at least there.
I, believe it or not, there's less chance of me dying here than there was sailing a warship.
That's fair. Well, I'm glad you're not dead.
So am I.
That's all, thank you.
Right.
Hi, Alma.
Hi, pretend captain.
Oof.
Oh.
What? Noah, you're playing captain, right?
She's not playing at nothing. She is actually helming the ship.
Right, but you don't have to be the captain.
No.
Aye, aye.
You can jump off the side of the boat.
I'm the captain. She's the elm.
The elm.
Sturdy as an oak, as it were.
Getting some of those vibes. As one of you called me a wannabe emo.
Oh, jeez.
No offense meant.
Go away.
Yes, ma'am.
Castian, anything?
I am out on the deck enjoying the cool air and seeing what's coming up down the river and
Okay.
or up the river.
Yep. Okay.
Let's just around the river bend.
Yeah.
Just sort of keeping an eye out.
Yep, just enjoying the breeze.
There are, you are noticing that there is a good bit of flotsam on the river. Trees, limbs, things like that have fallen over, probably because of the earthquakes.
You also see some jetsam.
That's a whole different ball of wax. But
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul.
you guys are gonna get us dinged by Disney. Stop it.
Yeah.
But you are seeing a little bit of debris in the river. Nothing too major. Nothing awful.
Okay.
Nothing that's going to pose any danger to Fortune's Folly on its way up the river. You are noticing at the helm that you're having to hold a little bit of right rudder in to keep her running true, because she has a tendency to sort of pull to one side. She's bent, so that makes total sense. So you're having to steer a little bit more than you would normally.
It wasn't any of us.
Bad Chipper, bad. No, that is not going into the quote bank. Sorry. I was broken a long time ago, Chipper. You just helped it along. Mizuki, anything in particular that you are up to this fine winter's day?
I don't think so. I'll probably be discussing stuff with Killian.
Okay.
Since he had proposals for me. Yeah. Maybe trying
Probably
to catch
honestly.
Fabricia.
Probably not a big deal.
See. Yeah.
Okay. So Fabricia and the rest are just sort of lazing by the side of the boat. Fabricia does kind of smile at you, a little on the shy side. Especially in front of her friends. When the little witch doctory lady sees it, she sort of cackles a little bit under her breath. But the rest of them, the others don't seem to notice too much. The ferrets are sort of bounding up and down the length of the boat. They'll hop up on the rail, look over, and then back down onto the boat, and just sort of scurry around. See me?
Whoever killed those ferrets, that's fighting words.
See me?
I am going to, upon morning, I will probably pull up the back of my traveling shirt as much as I can. And when we get to the ship, I'm going to try and find a little corner or something like that I can change back into my robes.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to try and keep my distance from...
You're gonna get banned. I doubt it.
Stan, do you need a timeout?
You turned so red.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be a weird section of the YouTube video that we won't be able to explain.
Oh, goodness. December 14th, the last Cactus stream, and so it is.
I hope not.
No, it shan't be.
Breathe. I was trying really hard to
I can't do it from there.
Nick
What?
can remove it.
It's highlighted. He'll be able to find this.
I can.
Anyway.
We don't have to remove it. It can stay
Well,
there.
unless the only way to remove it is if you ban them.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
we're no, we won't do
Ban
that. Just
you.
be nice.
Watch yourself.
It doesn't mean me.
Alma dies.
So okay, so you're getting
Oh wait, I can delete it.
so you're going to
Sorry.
so you're gonna find a spot
To put my robes
put your
back
robes
on, so that
back
I've
on,
got
okay.
them back covered.
with most of the crew below working the oars, or at the stern with Graybeard and Cabbage. You're actually able to go sort of into the crew quarters up at the front, at the fore, and use that to change over.
Yeah, so I will do that, and I'm still wigged out by all of that, so I'm gonna probably kind of keep my distance a little bit from most folks, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, all right, and you're just hanging out by the mast. Yep. Okay.
Alma, do you come out to the deck?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out on the deck.
Okay. Alma, my boy, come over here.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a story. What you been up to?
Boy, there's so much. We probably can't discuss most of it right here.
So, not staying out of trouble then?
Me? I don't get into trouble.
Are you being quiet when you say that?
Heavens no.
Everyone else
Like,
rolls their
You hear Simi
eyes.
cackle.
I sigh.
There's been a lot going on. And I will definitely tell you about it, but the time is not right.
I see. And parents doing okay?
Yeah, everybody's good. Some interesting stories to tell. I mean, you remember the night that the stars fell, right?
Yes.
So things have been more interesting since then, but I don't know what there is to tell since last we saw you. At least what I can tell currently,
Yeah.
without getting anybody else in trouble.
Yeah, fair enough.
How about yourself?
Same as always. Just keeping busy with work and just trying to make a living, and kind of anxious to see your parents again. Haven't seen them in a while, and glad to see you holding up pretty well.
Yeah. It's they're doing good though. Dad's had a big order come in, something that he was working on for somebody out of town. But I mean, nothing terribly exciting, at least as far as I'm aware.
So when are you gonna get a girlfriend?
We'll have to talk about that later too.
And you are like the
Should-
uncle, big brother.
Should be,
Like, hey.
You're that person at Christmas.
So when's the baby coming?
I'm always that person.
I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat.
Well, perhaps when we get into town, we can catch up more.
Yeah, I've actually got I've got kind of a place set up. Although Killian's workshop might be a little bit more private. I have a little place set up in my. Do you remember that place that I used to hide out, just outside of town?
Yeah.
So I've kind of I've set that up as my hideaway place. So.
Hey, if you need privacy, you need privacy. So.
Mm-hmm.
Get
I have a hammock set up there and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Anyway.
Trying to be good.
I'm impressed.
Trying.
He's gonna have an aneurysm before the night is over.
We see blood dribbling. We're taking him to the hospital.
He's trying
I'm
so
gonna
hard.
bite through the inside of my jaw, which is what's going to happen.
Okay,
So-
all I got.
So, the traveling day actually passes fairly quickly. Graybeard gives you very, very clear directions about places where you need to watch out for sandbars. You get a little close to a couple of them. You can sort of hear the gravel as Fortune's Folly sort of scrapes across some places when you take turns a little wide. But you're starting to get the hang of it. And by the midday break, you've got this thing down. You could be a riverboat captain. There's nothing to this. You got this. You got this. So you guys do pull off to the side to have the midday meal. He sort of turns to you. He says, "So I hear you make a mean stew. Give her a shot." And he starts, having the crew pull the cooking accoutrement out so that you can make the midday meal.
All right.
I mean, it could have been.
So it's
that's-
it's a 19
That's not bad.
That's
not bad
plus
at
my
all.
proficiency, which is +2, so 21 plus whatever. What do I add? Anything else?
Survival.
Performance?
Well,
You did say performance last.
yeah.
week.
So performance.
Okay, so this is gonna be 25.
Nice.
It's a damn fine meal, and the rest of you have it and are like, "Huh, I think we found the thing that Milo's good at."
You have a new job.
Who'd have thought that you'd be good at something like cooking?
Yeah.
Well done, Princeling.
Shh.
Good job, brother.
What?
Discretion.
Oh, I figured that was Stephen, not.
Oh. Okay.
Capture's over here like, I ain't screwed up this time.
Sorry, I should have made that clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it very Alma-like.
Yeah, you kind of did.
There's a fine line.
That's because that was what I called not Gideon. Yeah, not Killian, but Gideon was Princeling.
So I'm going to tell you did a good job, but I'm not actually eating anything.
Okay.
Why? Oh, because of your weird tattoo thing.
I don't know if something else is going to reach for it, so I don't know how that works.
I'll hand you a bowl.
Simmy.
So it's point blanks.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
You don't even know that there's anything going on.
Nope.
I guess nobody does, because I
Oh.
feel like, yeah.
I'll just hand it to you.
It's actually pretty good. And we don't have food poisoning yet from last night, so.
We don't know by now.
Nothing weird happens.
Okay.
Just wait for it.
It's only when the stew has lentils in
My tattoo really likes lentils. Feed me, Seymour.
So with the midday meal done, you guys the ship puts back out into the river, and you guys continue on.
Away.
On towards the end of the day, the snow is coming down quite a bit harder. It is getting harder to see further forward, so the crew has sort of slowed the sweeps a little bit and are only just making headway up the river. They want to make sure that you have plenty of time to make any corrections that need to be made. And so it is starting to turn dark by the time you guys pull back into the wider area that you know of as sort of it's not really a harbor, but it's the wide spot in the river that Cedarton is built on. From the river, you cannot see the town. It is
burned down.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
I actually had my heart skip there when you said that.
It is.
Fires
It is
burnt it
snowing. It is snowing that hard.
Heavy snowfall.
Heavy
Okay.
snowfall.
And
Good
now
bit
for
of
the last part
fog.
of your driving school, parallel park.
No!
So
Yeah.
Graybeard is sort of standing there right next to you, and he's looking to both sides. And he gives you the impression that he's looking for specific landmarks, having a hard time with it, but still trying to pick them out. And he's not giving as much instruction now as orders. Do this when I say it, otherwise we're going to wind up in a bad situation. So he's expecting you to follow those pretty Johnny on the spot and do what has to be done. So he's going to give you the hard to port order, and I need you to make an athletics check to see how well you do.
That's okay.
9.
Oh.
Ooh.
Does he notice it?
Use whatever it is.
He actually doesn't, because he's paying more attention to other things.
Well, the boat needed repaired anyway.
Right. So he's still trying to pick out those landmarks, and he doesn't quite notice that you haven't gotten it
Grabbing.
quite all the way over, and you're at the bow.
Yeah.
So you're at the bow. The two of you at the bow see the end of the quay looming out of the snow, and the bow is turning past to try and get into a mooring position, but it's real apparent at this point you're not gonna make it. And right about the time you realize that, the bow crunches into to the end of the key side, and everybody make me a dexterity check real
If I was
quick.
holding onto the mast.
You'll have advantage.
Save?
Check
Do I
or
need-
save.
Dexterity save.
That was mean. That was almost a 20.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do I need
Dex
to make
save?
it? Well, I don't have
Yes.
minus on these.
15.
15. Since you're hanging on to the wheel, you'll have advantage as well.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
So, question. Can I fail it?
You want to?
I rolled like 17 and an 18 and then a 16. I was trying to fail for story
I mean,
purposes.
if you want to, if you want to for story purposes, absolutely
Done.
yes.
You can just say it.
16?
You will definitely be jostled and thrown into the wheel, but you'll stay up.
13.
It's you get thrown into the railing, but you're able to catch yourself before going over. Now your hat, on the other hand, winds up.
It's okay.
14.
Elmo will get it.
14. So where were you? You were.
I'd probably just be on the deck. I'd probably be sitting on the deck.
Okay, sitting on the deck, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
25.
You're fine.
And how close am I to Elma?
How close did you want to be to Elma?
I mean, weren't you like isolating yourself?
Yeah.
I was kind of isolated, but I
When's the last
don't
time
know
you
like how big this boat is. Like if I see that he's about to go over, if I can like do cool monk crap.
You probably could, if you needed to.
Does it look like he's going over?
He's practically jumping over.
A land on the land.
So it looks like maybe, possibly.
I would try because I'm stupid.
Okay.
I'm not
It's
actually
hard to
stupid.
tell
I
because
just don't have much of a
So we'll come back
soccer
around to
emotions.
that. 15. Yeah, you're fine. All right. So give me a Graybeard. Meanwhile, standing right next to you, goes toppling over the railing from the upper platform down to the main deck. Right. We're not gonna let you steer in fog anymore.
Fair.
I'm so sorry, Captain.
Get those lines out, lads.
Put it in reverse.
So what's going on?
Well, can I catch the hat on the way down?
Make a dexterity check.
Why is it off of my... Sorry. I don't know why it kicked out. Well, that was the roll I was looking for earlier. 10.
No.
Swing and a miss.
Damn.
No.
I'm just gonna kill this because otherwise it's gonna keep.
Okay. So what's happening? Are you going over the side?
Oh yeah. So.
That was gonna be cold.
Oh yeah. So Alma was just walking up to catch up to Castian. He'd spent a little bit just sort of like talking to people on the boat like he does, and walking up and not paying near enough attention. And that's when we hit. He goes immediately over the railing, head over heels.
I'm gonna try and catch him and try and like. So how is this?
No.
I want to try and catch him before he exits the boat.
That's gonna hurt so much.
Is there a way that
She grabs you by your pants.
your face is all wedgies? So with where we are hitting, is there an alternate way down that would not involve him going into water?
Like, what do you mean?
So we've hit.
So the boat was turning, and it just didn't quite clear the end of the dock, basically, and stopped. So on one side of the bow, there's water. Right at the very peak, there is the actual dock side. On the other side, there's water.
Okay. So this is probably going to fail miserably, but I'm going to, if I can't catch him before he's all the way over and like too far gone for me to yoink, I'm going to. Sorry.
Too far what?
Nope. Nope.
Not today.
Not today's thing.
Maybe
This is
just
definitely a
boyfriend.
PG-13 stream tonight, guys. Sorry.
It's always.
Yeah, is this that different? I'm gonna try and land him on the dock as gracefully as I can.
Okay.
So,
So
but
bad.
it's probably not gonna suck as bad as the hypothermia as long as I can kind of sort of catch you and guide you down, hopefully.
So,
Fail this miserably.
make me a dexterity. Just make me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. It's a 14.
So,
Could've been worse.
it could have been worse, but you're not quite able to reach him before he goes over the side.
Okay.
But with your arms out, there's this flash of shadow
no.
down your arms, and tentacles shoot out, wrap around him, grab him like inches before the water, and you're able to yoink him up onto the dock. And then the tentacles withdraw.
The sound makes the yoinking so much worse.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
the sound
Okay.
makes the yoinking worse.
Yes.
Danny,
Yes, it does.
2020.
Do we need that?
Yeah, put that one as a quote. That's 101. There you go.
I think I already had it.
Oh, well, whatever it is.
Sound makes the yoinking.
I knew exactly how that sounded.
So the tentacles would come from the a tattoo?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Except you can't see the tattoo, so all you see is out of the end of her sleeves, there's this flash of darkness that reaches out, sort of wraps
It's a
around,
vine, it's not a tentacle.
it wraps around
Keep telling yourself that.
Alma right before he hits the water, and then she just sort of flings him up onto the dock.
Is that actually visible for most of the deck though, with the snow and the fog?
Oh,
Well, the only one up top is the captain, who's flat on his face.
well, so he's flat on his face. The adventurers were there.
No, we sent the adventurers and the NPCs off with
Killian's
Oh.
Killian's grandma.
Okay. Right, so they wouldn't have been there on the deck for you guys to
Sorry,
interact
I
with.
forgot. We
That's
sent
okay.
the NPCs off to escort her
So
to
they
the
don't have
tower.
you don't have to worry about them. Graybeard's flat on his face. There would have been somebody on the deck
Well, that was-
to put out lines to the dock to tie the boat up. They probably would have been actually facing the wrong direction and picking themselves up anyway.
We're good.
Cabbage, make a perception check at disadvantage, just because of the snow.
Oof. Perception.
Yeah.
7.
Then no, you don't see it. Castian, you're standing right there. Make a perception check. Castian.
Yes. Sorry.
Certain individuals are busy with a skull drawing.
Is that perception?
You're being a nice guy, remember? Yes, perception check.
That's exactly it.
Oh,
It
that's
is
in that
being a
one.
nice guy.
What's that?
That's in that one.
Then you missed it.
Obviously.
You're sitting down. You probably would have
We know
missed
why
it
you
as
did
well. You can make a perception check.
Sure. I'm great at these. A 19.
You actually catch it. You are the only one that catches it. Well, I mean, Alma. So Alma, you missed water. You're not going in the water, and you flipped up onto the dock.
So
Everything's good. We're fine.
So Alma asked the question, what do the tentacles feel like? That's not supposed to be dirty. I genuinely want to know what tattoo tentacles are supposed to feel like.
It's kind of, they don't really feel like anything. It's, I mean, you're basically being wrapped up in a shadow. So there's no
It'd be more of a whoosh.
substance to it. It's just all of a sudden your momentum is arrested. You're just a couple of inches from the water, and then getting flung up onto the dock, and you don't really feel anything, but.
So there's nothing to make that noise then.
There really isn't.
you.
There really isn't.
You terrible people.
Only in your head.
Only Atlantis.
So the crew are scrambling to throw ropes up onto the dock.
These two. Kind of back and forth doesn't go too well.
All right, resetting, guys. So the crew is trying to fling ropes up onto the dock for dock workers to grab them and tie the boat up.
Alma's just gonna keep laying on the dock.
Make a perception check real quick.
He's just not moving. Perception. 23.
There's no one on the dock to catch the ropes.
Dang it. Alma will get up and try to... Where do these go?
I will also try and get some of the ropes,
Okay,
pretending that nothing has happened.
so the crew start pointing out the tie downs for where the ropes will need to go. You sort of just wrap them. You're not going to try and actually tie it. You're just going to wrap it enough so that the boat doesn't drift back out into the
wrap it around
river.
a couple of times and then throw it under, almost. He's trying to tie a knot. But
Almost, but not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to tie it up enough that the boat doesn't go drifting off. It's not in an ideal position. Not the best, job.
I'm not a good dock hand.
Not the best job of getting tied up to the dock, but that's understandable. A couple of the deckhands come over the side. They take the ropes from you and start to sort of manhandle Fortune's Folly
That's good.
to the dock
'Cause I
side.
couldn't do that.
It does
It's
take
not-
them. It does take them about
Negative 1 strength.
4 or 5 minutes to get everything all tied up and get snugged up against the side, and then they set out the gangplank.
Step off.
In all this time, you guys start to realize that there's no lights on coming in from the town that you can see. You would expect to see candlelight or light spilling out of places at this time of night, and there doesn't seem to be anything.
Stop.
That's not normal. That's...
I'm still...
Oh, right.
I'm going to kick up Detect Thoughts and start jogging towards town.
Yeah, I'm gonna just jump off the boat and start
I
trying to
will.
look,
I will
see what's what.
grab cabbage and bring her along with us.
What?
Yeah.
The rest of the group's going. So
Oh, Gravy.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
Should have seen what I did the first time. It's all right.
All right.
No. run off.
As
Okay.
I get off, I can make one last check for my hat just to see.
Last you saw it, it
Gone.
was drifting off into the fog.
Oh,
You'll find
so
out one day.
sad.
We'll
You'll
come
make
across
a
like
new
a
one.
bear that
Yeah.
we'll be wearing it or something.
Yes.
Or a lizard
Lizard
wearing
in
a bear suit.
True. Anyway,
Yes.
Bear suit and a floppy hat.
Yeah.
You know.
once we're a good distance away from the boat, I'm gonna bring Inkir out and have him start going forward.
Okay.
So anything within 30 feet of me will ping detect thoughts.
Okay.
I'm gonna. It's dark, right?
Yes, it's starting to get dark.
I'll cast. What?
Never mind.
Light!
You realize neither Cabbage or I have dark vision.
True.
I would assume
So
that I'm like
okay,
holding
I'm
on to
gonna
somebody.
do
Me. I have dark vision, so I've got you.
continual flame.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm gonna use minor illusion and give her a lantern around her flame.
It doesn't
idea.
actually. It doesn't
but
have
should
any heat and doesn't use any oxygen.
Right, but if anybody
should
sees
someone
it,
see it?
But it looks like a regular flame.
that you're just holding though.
Yeah. Well, no. It's
Right.
like it's a torch. It's a torch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was.
Or
gonna
it's
say,
just
we
any
need to make
object.
sure-
It's
Okay.
just any object.
Just
So
holding
it
a
can be a
stick.
stick
Or a candle.
or a candle
you
or
know,
what,
okay.
like,
or a lantern.
or a lantern. Yeah. So whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
So
It's not really. It doesn't look magic. So besides that, it doesn't create any heat,
Gotcha.
We just won't
Yeah.
let anyone notice that.
Oh, we
which
should probably
no
have a
one is
map.
gonna know that.
Ah,
That's the map of the town. It gives me some comfort.
all right. So you guys start up the dock side
Mm-hmm.
and notice straight away that the dock itself seems to be a little cockeyed and crooked.
Well, I mean, she did just run into it with a boat.
No,
And
I didn't
there
run
was
into
a-
the dock.
More so than even that impact would have
the landslide.
accounted for.
Oh. The town probably got hit by that.
So the very first set of buildings you guys get to are a warehouse on your right and the offices of the Iron Lotus on the left. The warehouse seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to have sustained any sort of damage or anything in the earthquake. The Iron Lotus has shifted off of its foundation and is leaning slightly. It looks like there have been timbers propped up on the side that's leaning to keep it from fully collapsing, but it's definitely sustained some damage. The deeper you go into town, the more you realize that most of the structures have similar types of things going on. There are walls that have sloughed off and collapsed out into the street. And it's about this point that you start to see townsfolk sort of milling about and trying to pick up the pieces, essentially. You see familiar faces. You do see some unfamiliar faces in Imperial uniforms that are also attempting to help put things right.
Okay, just checking to see if any of us are wanted. Not in this current.
Well, I mean, it just depends on your definition of wanted.
True.
I mean, yeah, she's got multiple people, like,
Yeah.
By the law.
Which law?
in law.
So where are you guys wanting to head to and check out?
Mom,
Same.
family.
Family?
Uh,
Okay.
I think we'll all
I
split up and go to
will
our separate places.
Go check the inn.
I'll drop detect thoughts then.
Okay.
Back at
with
Killian's when we...
Alma going to your house.
Back at Killian's after a while. Or tomorrow.
Gillian's dungeon.
Killian.
Basement.
Go to Killian's tomorrow, I guess,
Meet up.
after nightfall. Or not after nightfall. Tomorrow morning, as it is night at the moment. So,
Yeah.
alright. Good luck. I guess me and Simi will go check on the winery.
Okay.
You need a pencil?
Oh,
Yes, please.
I worked so hard on that.
I'm also gonna just snap Inger out so that no one sees him.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just.
School tomorrow's gonna suck.
Cabbage.
So you said the entire town has no lights?
Yeah, so it looks like most of the lights have been, are not lit at the moment. So no fireplaces burning, no candles burning.
Quick, right before.
Probably because they're still trying to get everything sort of put back together. So up at the winery, you guys do get there and find that the stone wall that surrounds the vineyard has collapsed in places. Nothing too bad. It wasn't that high to begin with. A lot of the vineyard arbors are down, so the vines have sort of fallen over.
Well, it's winter anyway.
It's winter anyway, so not a huge deal, but definitely going to be some work to clean that up. The farmhouse itself had to be rebuilt last year after the rocks from the sky, and
more sturdier construction?
it was actually a lot sturdier, and because it was fresher construction, it doesn't seem to have taken much in the way of damage. It is one of the few places where you can actually see the fire in the fireplace burning and smell the wood smoke. So as you guys get there and sort of barge in, your mom is there, sort of tending to some of the wounded, putting bandages on people's heads, making sure that everyone who's there has a hot meal and water or wine or whatever they need, as far as comforts. Several of the townsfolk families have sort of spread out pallets in your main downstairs living room as a place to bed down for the night.
I'm gonna talk to Mom first, make sure she's okay.
Yep.
It was a bit exciting, I'm not gonna lie, but
God, my family's weird.
I've been through worse. Been through worse in this house, in fact. So I count myself very lucky. I think except for a little bit of work out in the vineyard, I think we'll be fine.
That's good.
Were you guys okay? You nothing untoward happened to you out on the road?
No.
Nah, not at all. It was really boring.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Really boring.
Okay.
It's very uneventful.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna help out with the folks that look like they're banged up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, any help you can give would be good. It is. I really wish they hadn't taken Lucia off, but we'll make do without her. It'll be fine. We'll be okay.
I'm gonna be weirdly good at this.
So, Mizuki, you're headed to the inn. Okay.
Yeah. Since that's where yeah.
Okay. One whole wing of the inn has actually sort of collapsed in on itself and is unusable. Your rooms were over the main part of the building though, and so they're still okay. There's definitely some cleanup going on there. Lars is out sort of directing the soldiers around where they need to be. There seems to be a good number of them there at the inn, sort of trying to clean things up and put things to right.
Are any of my family's retainers helping, or?
Yes, they are. They are helping at Lars's direction as well.
Perfect.
Oh, my lady! I'm so glad to see you. We weren't sure where you had gotten off to, so I'm glad to see that you're okay.
I had to tend to some business outside of town.
Oh.
But
Very
seems
good.
that I've come back to some.
Yes, it was a tremendous earthquake. Did you feel it where you were?
Yes, I did indeed feel it. Well,
Oh,
where I
it was. I don't believe I've ever felt the like.
Yes.
Is there anything that you need from your chambers, my lady?
I'll retrieve it if I need.
Very good. If you do
Yes.
need anything, do let us know.
All right. Thank you.
And he's going to go back to sort of helping out at Lars's direction. Anything specific you're wanting to do?
I'll probably talk to Lars for a second. So.
Okay. My lady, I hope you are well.
I mean, I've come back to better situations.
Indeed, it was quite the jostle.
It was, yes.
Nothing we can't handle, though. We'll have this town put back together in no time at all.
I have no doubt. They're a resourceful little place.
Well,
People.
yes, but they will also have the full might of the Empire behind the
Yes,
rebuilding process.
Yes, of course.
Great.
Which is
That's what we love.
yes. which and I appreciate your commanding and helping out, of course.
It is the least
It's
we can
good to
do
see.
for our subjects.
Do people
Yes,
in the valley have
absolutely.
that we could escape to?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I was back, so.
If you don't mind my asking, what took you out of town?
Oh, I just had some business to attend to. Business matters.
Oh. You weren't gone long enough to get to Lamont's. Well...
No, not that far.
You'll forgive me, and do tell me if I'm prying too deeply into personal matters. But, what sort of business were you conducting out here in this Empress-forsaken part of the realm?
So I was conducting some product research.
Ah.
Yeah, Lars, figure that one out. Because I
have
am.
my inspiration tokens, but take one.
Yep. Take one from me.
Product research.
Huh.
Just an easy, if you.
I would be most interested in those products.
I mean,
I think.
Feminine products.
well, yes. We're just
Going downhill.
looking into some different manufacturing processes and ways to improve.
Make me a deception check.
I mean,
At this point. Really?
I mean, she's not really being deceptive. I mean, okay, yeah, I
Invasive.
If you're being evasive, which
well, that was in that 20.
that's fine. He rolled.
So,
That's fine. He rolled a 9, so it's like
so and I think I had
not the brightest bulb in the box is our Lars.
He always trusts a pretty face.
Yeah, that's why he's been married 4 times.
Oh. Or no, 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Looking for
Times.
4.
Don't know
Depending
that
for
has
us.
much
To do with the pretty face part of that.
But it's like, oh, okay. Well, all right then.
This
Do
makes
you
sense.
do you need any assistance with your product development? Do you need anything from the garrison for that?
I don't believe so. It seems that I've run into a dead end at this point.
Oh, that's
With-
too bad. I am sorry to.
Unfortunately. But that's okay. We'll try again somewhere else.
Very good, very good. If there is anything that you need of us, do let us know. Okay.
Of course, thank you. I appreciate that.
I would
as always.
I would ask you to dinner, but under the circumstances, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that.
Well, let me know once I guess we're both available.
Yes, of course.
I would be happy
Yes,
to
of
have
course.
dinner.
There.
And at that point, he sort of turns and goes back to directing the recovery efforts. Alma and Castian.
Yay!
You make it back to the shop / house.
I let Alma go first. Yeah.
Okay. The window out front in the shop is broken, which makes sense. There are quite a few roof tiles off of the roof. It looks as though it's hard to tell if there is a lean to the building. It's oh so very slight, not nearly as bad as some of the others you've seen, but it looks like there might be just a little bit of one. Either that or the entire foundation has shifted just a little bit.
Is there something covering the window, or is it
Uh,
open? Since it's snowing.
There's a
Yeah.
tarp nailed to the front.
There is actually on the inside. There's a tarp has been nailed up.
Good.
It sort of billows a little bit in the snow and wind. As you enter, as you go in, you do see your mom and dad there, sort of putting bolts of cloth back on the shelves on the walls and trying to put things to right. There are bobbins of thread that have all come down and
Everywhere.
Yeah.
unraveled and unspooled. There
Tangled up.
you can see the glints of needles lying on the floor. It looks like the glass actually broke in, so there's a little bit of glass mixed in with all of that as well. And your mom is sort of at the front sweeping everything up.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Alma, where have you been?
Actually, I was going to give you and the person I found a complete rundown tonight, if you guys are up for it.
The person you found?
I brought a stray dog home.
I kind of knock on the door with my cane.
Get in here. And
Nice to see you too.
remind me of your mom's name.
Was it
Anna.
Anna?
Anna. So Anna runs over and sort of wraps you up in a big hug. Kel drops whatever he's doing and he comes over, claps you on the back, sort of lifts you up off your feet, and
As Stephen would do.
as Stephen would do. It's good to see you. You haven't been around entirely too long.
It's definitely been a lot longer than I would have liked it to be, but business is business, you know. Yes, I wish I could have been here sooner. It's just things kept coming up, so.
Well, I understand that things are not usually so exciting around here. You'll have to tell us a little bit about your adventures, your stories.
Absolutely.
Tell us some stories. Did you guys feel the quake last night? Or
Yep.
yesterday?
Yep.
Yes.
That was. I've never felt anything like that
Yeah, there was a mountain range that collapsed.
What?
Yeah, it's out to the north.
To the south.
Dang it, south.
Southwest.
Me and directions, apparently.
All of us, I think, are having that same issue.
Yeah, we, it was there 1 minute and it wasn't the next.
Oh, wow. Ooh, okay. Well, that's something for another day. We'll have to figure out what that means later. Right now, we got a lot of cleanup to do, and you guys are just in time to help out. You,
Absolutely.
you know where things are. Something's missing. Something's not right.
You can see his calic.
Yes. Where's that hat?
A series of
Halfway down the
unfortunate
river ride.
events has led me to lose my hat.
Oh.
It was a great loss to me.
Well, you know where you are. You've got plenty of materials. Make yourself another one, all right?
Thank you.
You can stay in my room.
Much appreciate that.
So we need to clean up, and
Yes.
then it's probably story time.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Parents
Maybe
went
over
crazy.
dinner.
Right. So the two of you start helping them with the cleanup. About 10, 15 minutes later, your mom sort of disappears into the back to start on dinner. Cabbage.
Uh-huh.
Make your way back out to your family's home. Make me a perception check.
17.
17. As you get closer to it, you start to see figures sort of rushing back and forth, sort of out in front of your house. And then you see the house itself. There's only a single wall left standing, and it looks as though the roof has sort of fallen in on top of it. The thatch is just barely poking up over the edges of it. And your mom and dad are there, and your mom is just sort of pacing back and forth urgently. And you start to do a head count.
No.
And potatoes missing.
No.
Not potato.
You're a monster.
Knew this was gonna happen.
You're a monster.
And your mom turns around and she sees you, and she comes flying over to you. James is in there.
What?
He went in after Potato. He's in there. The house fell down on top of him. He's in there.
Has he been
I'm
in there
going
for
in.
2 days?
I'm not asking questions. Okay.
James is the new bucket.
If he saves my baby sister, I'll freaking kiss him.
Oh, James! Oh! I forgot who James was. Wow, okay.
I did for a second.
Yeah.
It circled back. Okay. I'm going in.
All right. So
He's been gone for 2 days. James has been missing
Well-
for 2 days.
you don't. She didn't say when the house came down.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
I
It
assume it was
could have
during
been.
the earthquake, but...
Well, I mean, it could have been damage sustained, and then it
It
just
could have been
toppled down.
aftershocks.
Yeah. Any number of. She did not say when.
I
Just
didn't
that,
ask.
and you didn't ask. So you go diving in. Make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Ugh. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to sort of dive through where the front door used to be. It is a complete jumble of timbers and thatch and knickknacks and odds and ends and just the complete rubble of the house that you knew. And you start sort of finding the cracks and worming your way deeper and deeper in. You're having to get down on your hands and knees and crawl in.
I can't imagine the lighting's too good.
Nope, it's not. It's very, very dark in there. And so you're just kind of feeling your way through over timbers, under timbers. There's creaking.
I'm gonna use dancing lights.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do one and try to be subtle about it, but
Okay. So that's sort of there's a little sort of blue glow that comes up around you, and sort of follows you along as you go deeper and deeper in. Doesn't take you long. You find the half collapsed remains of your kitchen table, and sort of wrapped around the legs that are still up. So what one end has collapsed, the other end is still being held up by its legs. And sort of wrapped around those legs, you find James. There is a timber that has sort of come down across his hips and pinned him in place. But just beyond him, under the table, protected, you find Potato.
James.
Ow!
Poor James. Nobody's allowed to make fun of him anymore.
Cabbage, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought you were in here.
Wow, you mean?
No, I'm fine. We gotta get you out of here.
Get Potato, get her out first.
Yeah, come here, baby.
You reach down, you grab Potato up. Is it daylight? It's awfully bright in here.
Yeah, I think you got hit on the head.
Probably.
I'm gonna leave one of the lights there
Okay.
and bring one with me
Okay.
until I get to where I can see, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
try to be subtle about it. Okay, so I'm gonna, and she looks like she's okay.
Yeah. Make me a medicine check real quick.
Gosh, did you touch my dice?
Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
Because I need a reason for why they're not working. 5.
5. You can't really tell. I mean,
Child,
she's sort
you're
of
indestructible.
she is kind of burbling and cooing at you, so you guess she's fine. You don't see any bruises. You don't see any blood. She doesn't need a change, but other than that, she's fine.
Okay, to get her out.
Mom.
Oh, and she just sort of bundles her up against her
I'm
chest.
going back in.
What?
Don't leave James.
He saved my baby sister. He's not gonna die
Well-
on my watch. He went in after my baby sister,
Okay.
if nothing else. Okay. Going
Okay.
back in.
So you get back to him, and he is still there, sort of wrapped around the table and pinned by the beam.
Maybe he. Nothing.
Do you think you can move it all?
Maybe, but it's kind of hard to with that there.
Yeah.
Does this look like something I can move?
Where's Killian when you need him?
Maybe, but it would be easier with help.
I'm gonna give it a go just to kind of see, like, if it's gonna collapse things down on us, if it moves,
Okay.
like...
Make me an athletics check.
Would you like a different die?
Maybe. Yeah. No, it's just me. I'm sorry, I touched them. What the heck? That's 3.
Oh.
You can't budget.
Yeah, figures.
So you're not real sure what's on top of this beam, but something is pinning it in place. You just can't budget.
All right. I'm gonna go get some help. I'm not strong enough to move this.
I'd say stay here, but
Don't move.
I'm not going anywhere. And he sort of puts a hand up. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm so sorry, James.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna like take my cloak out and like prop his head up so at least there's something I can do. Okay, I'm gonna scurry back out and get help.
Okay.
Who you getting?
I don't know.
Who you getting?
Who's the strongest person you know that is alive?
My dad.
True.
Okay.
Dad. He's in there. He's got a beam pinned, pinning his leg. I can't move it.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do.
We might need a candle or something. It's real dark in there.
Okay.
We'll
how we
do you
move.
think?
we'll smoke him out.
Do you think? Do you really think a candle's a smart idea?
With a thatched roof?
No.
A dry. Well, I mean,
It's
snow's
dark
on it, so it
outside,
might be
isn't it?
wet. But
Yeah.
It's not going to be enough.
Maybe if people hold some light out here, there'll be some holes that'll show the light
We
through.
need a lot of light, though.
Let's try it anyway.
And
Okay.
I'm going to change the dancing light in there to be a very small. I'm going to put it the yellowish light. Put it in a place. Maybe it's a crack. Maybe we're just hallucinating.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
you'll clap for
Checks
hallucinating.
out. I feel that. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just I'll have my siblings hold up a bunch of torches and stuff. That's gonna work.
Sure. Carrot's standing there waving a torch back and forth.
Don't wave it. Just
aw.
hold it.
That's no fun.
You can wave it when I get out with James.
Use it like a sparkler.
Okay.
He saved potato.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, back in.
Adorable.
All right. So you lead your dad back in. You sort of hear him grunting and oof, and bashing his head against things as you go. It's like this is. Ooh, how did you manage this?
I'm littler than you.
Oh, that's true. All right. So the two of you get back to James. Oh, hey, Cabbage.
Yeah, you definitely got hit on the head.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Don't fall
I'm just-
asleep. That's
no.
what people always say. Don't do it.
Oh. Okay. All right. Right. Not
Okay.
asleep. Not asleep.
All right, Dad. I couldn't even make it move a little bit.
Well, let's see what we can do. You kind of put your shoulder here, and I'll put my shoulder there, and
Oh!
Ooh, that was a nat 20. I mean, it's also got a -1 because of my strength, but
it's
it's way better than what I could do.
better than your dad's 7. So between the two of you, you are able to lift it just enough. So, oh, and he pulls his leg out from underneath it.
What?
Ow!
Does it feel like it's broken?
Yeah.
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 Great.
Oh, it was kind of numb before. Now it's not. Ow, that hurts.
All the blood coming back.
Okay. Dad, it might be easier if I drag him out.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
bigger than I
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you want me to roll for that?
No.
Okay.
At this point, but between you and your dad, it's not pretty, but you're able to
He ends up with more bruises.
to get him out through the maze of the timbers and the stones and all of the detritus of your house. You pull him out, and as you get him sort of out where you can actually see him, one whole side is just like nothing but bruises. His he's got a puffy black eye sort of there.
You guys should go to the winery.
Great big, sort of
Doesn't she have a different kind of spell than you do?
sort of
What? I mean,
a mat of blood sort of sticking pressed to his head, and he sort of looks up at you. Prettiest sight I've ever seen.
Okay, stay awake. Stay awake.
He's hallucinating.
Sure.
Alma would be a better shot, but if
or
everybody knows-
Mizuki.
Yeah, Mizu.
Who's gonna be the closest? out of the
Mizu.
Well,
Actually,
My
Yes,
house is
ow.
gonna be.
from Cabbage's house, Alma, and that shop is actually going to be a little
well, to
bit
be fair,
closer.
that would depend on whether or not people know that my mother's house or Adrian's mother's house is a local.
Well, the family would.
Yeah, that that
depending on whether Cabbage's
yeah.
family knows that.
Yeah,
that
was the only
information-
reason I said that.
that information would be pretty common knowledge, but the
Fastest route.
the fastest is
Yeah.
still going to be Alma's house
Okay.
first.
All right, Mum.
Yeah.
Can you keep him awake? And
Yeah.
Alma is
Yeah.
real good with. I think he talked to Lucia or something. I don't know. He's good with helping people.
Okay.
I'm gonna run go get him.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
and I am going to run.
All right.
Ow! There's a needle there.
Just kicks the door open. Well, at least she knocked first.
I knocked.
I'll get it. I open the door. Oh, cabbage.
I'll cast in. I need Alma.
I'm right here.
Hey, you know how you can help fix people when they're hurt?
Yep, all of my herbs are in my bag.
Yeah. The ones you got from Lucia? Probably.
Sure.
What code are we speaking in?
My baby sister got stuck in the rubble of my house, and James went in after her, and he's hurt
James.
pretty bad. Don't even
He's
say
hurt.
anything about him anymore.
Oh, he's hurt. What a surprise!
So I need you to come.
All right. I'll be back in just a minute.
I'll go
Hi,
with
Mr. and Mrs. Taylor.
Hey, Cabbage.
I will go
Are
with
you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We're
That's
just
good.
doing some cleanup. It's fine.
All right.
Okay.
When you're ready.
So the three of you book it back to the remains of Cabbage's house. It is more or less a rubble pile at this point.
Ooh.
And you do find Cabbage's mom sort of has Potato sort of clutched to her as close as she can. She's kneeling next to James, who is sort of half lying, half propped on one side there, trying very hard to keep his eyes open. Nothing but bruises down one side, great big blood mat on his head, puffy eye.
Mr. Atwood,
Yes.
he needs somewhere where he can lay down out free of the weather.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we need to get
Can
him
you
up to...
help me bring him to my house? I can take care of him there.
Yeah, we could do that.
Their house didn't fall down.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the hurt townsfolk are also going up to the winery.
Yeah, but the winery is pretty full. We passed it on the way. There's a lot of hurt folks there. My house will be nice and quiet for him.
Okay.
Can I see Potato? Does she look okay?
Make a medicine check.
Uh, 21.
Nice.
She's fine. She needs a change, but she's fine.
Okay.
Where are you guys staying tonight?
Hadn't thought that far ahead. One thing at a time, and Potato was it.
That's fair.
You know,
Is the barn still up?
You know, there's a nice room at the inn with only one person.
You can't fit my whole family in there.
You literally said it was bigger.
14 people.
Oh, I guess I did say that, didn't I?
Yes.
It was bigger than your whole house.
You literally said
I'm
that.
not sure you want my whole family in there.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures.
I'm just saying.
Maybe we could go over to the inn or something.
I mean, if not, she can at least
Figure
they
something out.
can figure something
Well,
out. Yeah.
I mean, I know the inn is in a bad way, and even if it wasn't, we couldn't.
Oh, I actually made a bunch of money on the ship.
Oh,
And if push comes to shove, I'm sure
Okay.
the mayor would be willing
Sure.
to put you guys up.
let's. I mean, we can see. We can see.
So why don't you take the rest of your family and me and your dad will take James?
Does that work?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
So we're gonna start right off the bat.
I will
Before
help.
we go anywhere. Yeah. Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna just go ahead and
Subtly herb him.
I'm going to prop his eyes open and just drop a first level cure wounds.
While he's doing that, I'm distracting the dad.
Okay.
I'm talking to the dad.
All right. Sounds good.
Jeez. 1 plus 5, so 6 points of healing.
Okay.
Just enough to stave off concussion and things like that.
All right.
Mark that. And then let's take him back to my house.
Okay. Sounds good.
Careful with his neck. I don't know if there was any damage done
Yes.
there. Make sure you keep. Actually, let me pull out. I'm gonna pull out a board from the remains of their house.
Oh, splint.
Ooh, sort of, yeah.
Well, he needs his legs. There's something wrong.
He's not
there.
walking.
No.
I know,
No.
but
I'm gonna jag him.
if you're going to be on a bumpy road or whatever, would it be good to stabilize it a bit?
I mean, yes, but I don't think we need to carry extra weight if we can help it. We don't have a cart. If we had a cart, that would be one thing, but we don't. They're going to be carrying him.
It's gonna be painful.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out a board and
Come out.
sort of stabilize his stabilize his neck.
Okay.
Make sure that his neck and back are solid. All right, let's do this.
All right.
And Alma will basically just be there to make sure he doesn't
Okay. So you guys taking him back to your house. You're going with your family down to the end.
Alright. Barley, spinach, Brussels corn, garlic, carrot, wheat, and potato.
March. Who else?
Your mom's got potato still wrapped up in her
Ladies and
arms.
gentlemen, the family market. Farmer's market.
Let's go. I've got a friend at the inn that can maybe help us get somewhere. We'll figure something out. Let's head into town.
All right.
We can't do anything about the house tonight.
You're right. And so they take off with you. So your dad's sort of at the back, sort of making sure that all the kids are going in the right direction. Your mom is right in the middle of the circle, still holding on to potato for all she's worth, and you are leading off down the road. You guys.
Okay. So once we get him back into the house, I'm gonna tell Mr. Atwood that he should go make sure his family's all settled in, and that I will take good care of James. I'm gonna go ahead and put him up in my bed. I'll let my parents know that James will be staying with us for the foreseeable future
Okay.
because he was under the rubble of the Atwood's house.
Okay.
And I am going to ask if they would get him some water, and I'm going to start playing. So Alma's gonna sit down in front of James and play on his drum. And we're just gonna go ahead and dump all of my spell slots into the beginning of this. So that'll be 2 second level and 3 first level cure wounds.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and roll out his healing.
I'm just talking to
here.
the dad, keep him distracted.
Well, how much are you pumping into him?
A lot.
So the dad has gone on.
Oh, he left. Okay.
So you guys are at Alma's house. So
Okay,
it's
so we're
Kel and Anna, and then James and the two of you.
Alrighty.
So, first. Come back.
So you're just doing straight healing at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
First one's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11. 13 points plus 4 plus 5. So that's 22 points for the second level spells. And 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another 12 plus 20. I'm assuming that we are going to fix everything here.
Yeah, you're gonna fix what ails him. The puffiness goes down, the bruises start to heal up. At one point, you even sort of hear the bones sort of grate against each other as they realign and start to knit together.
Oh.
Oh, that hurt.
Shift things.
Oh, you actually cracked. Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, your wrist actually cracked when you did that. Oh.
Shift things back into place.
Oh.
Not
Sure was a choice.
That's a very good sound effect.
Yeah.
So, Alma,
Yeah.
what did you just do? Because that's feeling a lot better.
Yeah, so we actually just set that joint back into place, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that we have the bone back where it needs to be.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you a story, and I want you to try to go to sleep, because this next part is gonna hurt so much worse.
Cabbage said not to go to sleep.
Yes, Cabbage is not a healer.
He wasn't.
You're not a healer. You're a tailor.
Yes, that's true, but I have picked up a thing or two. Lucia, the one that they...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate business, that, but I did learn a thing or two about her herbs.
Okay.
So I want you to go to sleep.
You sure?
Yes, absolutely
Okay.
sure. Because this next part's gonna hurt so much worse.
Okay.
And he's gonna start telling the story of a young man who was on this big quest, and instead of actually completing what he set out to do, he ended up giving his life for someone else.
Okay.
But because of that, the gods lifted him up, and he became the patron saint of children. And he tells this elaborate story. Hopefully, by the end of it, James will have knocked out.
Yep.
And for whatever it's worth, Song of Rest is going into
Okay.
this. And he'll just sort of clean up the blood as best he
Okay.
can.
Now that he's out, you can get a real good sense that the healing has taken, and he'll probably be just fine.
Okay. I'll go ahead and tuck him in, and then... Sorry, Castian, I did not mean to give away the bed that I was going to let you use, but...
Oh, no, by all means. I mean, priorities.
He should be out for the next while. I imagine that he's got to sleep off some of that.
Very well.
So it's not too long after that, Mizuki, you do hear a knock at the door.
I go and open the door.
Hi.
Hello.
So we're gonna go in and talk to the innkeeper too, but my family's whole house came crashing down, so we're
Oh.
gonna see if there's maybe places to stay here tonight.
Do you need any help?
Possibly. There are a
Oh.
lot of us.
I'll come talk to the.
Hey, thanks.
So he is sort of standing there looking down the hall to what was one of the wings of the inn.
Yes.
And it's the one that has sort of crashed in on itself. There's starting to be some daylight down at the far end, but it's still just a jumbled mess of timbers and stone that has fallen in. But he does turn as you sort of approach him. What can I do for you?
Good evening.
It appears. Yes.
Cabbage. He just sort of gives you a side eye.
The Atwoods, they been dishomed.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it.
It's okay. I understand.
You guys need a place?
Yeah.
Yes.
At least for the
Yeah.
night, and then we can figure everything else out tomorrow.
Good.
I'd be willing to pick up the tab as long as there's room.
No payment necessary. These are trying times. Don't.
I know there's a lot of us, and there's a lot of people that have been maybe dehomed.
Yeah.
So I understand it's kind of a weird position.
It's a little tight. Don't have any rooms left, but you lot can stay down here in the common room. I'll leave the fire going in the fireplace for you tonight.
That would be so great. Thank you so much,
Of
Mr.
course.
What's his
I don't remember.
name? Mr. Innkeeper.
I don't remember.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Oh wait,
Well, you don't have NPC notes?
I do, but I don't want to go digging for them.
That's fair.
That's
It's
fair.
like I
Well, and the
Mine
chances
have
that Cabbage
them
would just
somewhere.
call him Mr. Innkeeper or Mr. Mayor is pretty high.
yeah.
So.
Yes.
So that works out. He is the mayor as well, so that's what triggered it. Yeah, we'll make sure you guys have plenty of blankets and pillows and things. So
Thanks. We'll work it out in the morning.
But the indoor pool is off limits.
no worries.
Huh? I didn't actually hear
The
what you
indoor
said.
pool.
But the indoor pool is off limits.
Welcome to stay in my room if you'd like.
Thanks, Mizuki. I'm gonna get my family
And
settled.
carrot as well. And I mean, as,
We'll see what we can get put together in the common room, and if it's real tight, I
I'll-
might take you up on that.
I'll help.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So
Sister Tom.
once everything sort of gets situated and sorted out, it's not the biggest common room in the world, but it's big enough. Your family doesn't take up the whole thing. You if you wanted to take carrot and potato with you upstairs to Mizuki's room, probably.
Don't think my mom's gonna let go of Potato.
You're right. She's not. But one of the other children. So one of the other girls would be okay.
Alright, Mum, Dad, I'm taking carrot, and we're gonna go have a slumber
Sleepover.
party.
Slumber party.
All right. Sounds good.
Slumber party.
Mind your manners. Mind your manners. So you guys will go ahead and go on up to Mizuki's room and pass the night. Up at the winery, you guys spend sort of the evening helping to tend to the townsfolk, passing out food and drink and bandaging things. The people that you tend to seem to sort of settle a little bit and calm themselves a little bit more, and their wounds seem to start to knit together and heal a little bit quicker.
Once I feel like everybody is tended to there, I need to go to the cloister.
Okay. About the time everyone starts bedding down, and it's probably 2-3 hours after dark before you're able to get away and head over that direction.
And I'll tell you where I'm going.
So when you get there, the gate into the cloister is actually sort of hanging off. Only one of the hinges is holding it up, so it's sort of hanging off to the side. There's a great big crack in the bell tower, and so it's sort of sliding down a bit askew. As the wind is sort of blowing, it sort of rocks back and forth, and you can hear every so often the clapper of the bell clanging just a little bit, just very lightly, not enough to carry, but enough to know that there's some movement going on there. Any windows that there were have great big spiderweb cracks through them. But other than that, it doesn't seem as though there's too much terribly wrong, too much damage. The rest of your fellows are there, sweeping up, cleaning up, putting patches in the walls that they can get to. looks like some of them might also be cutting wood for scaffolding to try and get around the tower to shore it up.
I'm going to seek out the Warder Mother and Master Thought. Make sure that they're both okay.
Hello, dear. How are you?
Oh, yes.
I am very well, Warder Mother.
Your travels were pleasant, I take it.
I am given the impression I am maybe not the best traveling companion.
Oh, well, that's a pity. They obviously did not take enough time to get to know you.
You are entirely too kind, Warder Mother. I just wanted to make sure that you and Master Itzat were okay. I think I've seen most everybody else.
Oh, we're
around.
fine. We've got plenty to do here. You must tell me what the experience of the earthquake was like out away from the town.
It was quite a thing to behold. Quite a thing to behold.
Wasn't it, though?
The river ran backwards. It was the darndest thing.
Really? I've never heard of the like.
I hadn't either. God, you're so adorable.
Why, thank you, dear.
Oh, that was held, wasn't it?
It's all right.
There are no inner thoughts here.
Still getting a
There is
handle on this
only
internal
truth.
monologue thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, we saw. Yeah, it was an interesting thing in the distance, in the far distance, to see.
And you and
Mr. Ross.
you and Master Rosk were able to deliver the prisoner where she needed to be.
Absolutely.
Good. It's a terrible shame that, and one can hope that Mistress Lucia can, provide extenuating circumstances and perhaps find a way to extricate herself from the legal troubles she finds herself in.
I am very hopeful that justice will be served rightly.
We all are.
As a side note, I will be taking a vacation. As she puts on a fedora and has like a violin case.
Where is Master Itzad? I would like to be able to see him.
Oh, I don't rightly know. I believe he was with those that were attempting to shore up our bell tower.
I'm gonna go and help them out then.
Be safe, and may the Empress light your path.
Thank you, Order Mother. And I'm gonna go to Master Itzad.
All right. So you do find him with a handful of others. They're starting to assemble a little bit of a scaffolding at the base of the tower. Looks like the plan is to climb up the outside and sort of brace it with the scaffolding so that it doesn't slip any further before repairs can be made. They were just starting that process, and as you approach, his face sort of lights up and he gives you a deep bow.
My bow back. It's good to see that you're well, Master Itzad. I can help you with this, and at some point I might request an audience with you. Or, maybe nothing so formal.
Depending on when we get downtime.
We'll talk.
And so the group of you start in on the process of shoring up the bell tower. That takes you most of the rest of the night. There are a couple of times where it's you find sort of a quiet, out of the way spot if you wanted to, but not very long. And probably the conversation you want to have is going to be a little bit longer.
I imagine
So,
I'll probably have that conversation after our meetup the next day at
Okay.
Williams.
all right, sounds good. So the rest of the night passes
I
for
do
you
start
guys.
making a new hat.
Yeah,
But-
kind of feel
Yeah.
had a feeling.
Do it. Don't be sorry. Do it.
Okay.
Oh no.
I've actually been trying to sort this out real fast.
He's not even one night in town, and he's already
He's-
is making
he's scheming.
making plans.
Of course.
Well, no, this is. So,
Oh right.
I need to give everybody the Galder's Notes version of
The golden
of what's gone on in the last little bit.
Oh,
So,
you're talking to your parents.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to my uncle. Oh, I guess first things first. I'm gonna go take a large bolt of cloth, and I'm just gonna nail it into the door frame of my room, and just seal off that room.
Soundproof it if it were.
Okay.
And he's gonna use minor illusion mostly, and he's going to start in the middle of the dinner table, and he's going to try to tell his story with pictures as well as words. Okay, so a while back, after the night that the stars fell, I decided that I was going to sort of study the illusion things that I've worked on for a long time. Okay. After that, I found out that actually a lot of people in town sort of use magic more so than we'd known before. You guys kind of know about my friends. Apparently all of them use some sort of magic. On that note,
Oh, jeez. Oh, we're going this deep, are we?
Adrian isn't Adrian. Dad, I told you this. Mom, I didn't tell you this. Sorry.
Yeah. Still.
So, Adrian is actually Prince Mylavarian.
Oh, you actually got it right. Nice.
There's some weird magic, and this actually ties into the story later, so I'll come back to that.
The one that was missing?
Yes. Kidnapped.
So he's
or
not
whatever.
missing. Or he is missing?
That'll come up in the
He-
story in a
he's-
minute. I'll tell you about it in a second.
And if
Hang
he's
on.
not Adrian, where's Adrian?
Dead.
He's MOP, missing
Wait,
on
what?
purpose.
That's one way to break news to someone.
Yeah, Milo is MOP, missing on purpose.
So Adrian and Prince
himself.
Mylavarian were romantically involved. There was some
I hope one of them was just like, I knew it.
Well,
Interesting tell-all book.
Dad.
Okay.
So Kel is like, yeah, that tracks. I knew that. And Anna, on the other hand, is just like completely aghast. It's like, what?
Okay, I'm gonna
Use your
throw.
words. Use your words.
I'm gonna throw a lot of things out, and a lot of them are gonna have more questions that I can answer in a minute. But if I don't get it all out, I'm gonna forget things. So they were romantically involved. There was a prophecy made by some dude who said that Prince Mylavarian was going to take down the Empire or something, and so he had. So he had to leave the capital.
I'm gonna have to talk to these people at some point.
Yep.
Jeez.
So he had to leave the capital, but he sort of did
Leave
so under the
brother.
disguise after a failed assassination attempt. Somebody tried to kill him, but they accidentally got Adrian instead because they were adventuring together.
Inspiration eraser.
So he sort of took the form of his bodyguard so that he could escape. He's now here and trying to figure out a way to bring back Adrian. So that's that part of the story. So anyway, we found some bandits. You guys do know this part. We found some bandits. I was part of the group that caught them. Turns out they weren't just bandits. They were actually like rebel dissident faction.
Revolutionaries.
Trying to bring down the Empire. But they kind of sucked at their job. So we stopped them, brought the taxes back, got that all sorted out.
At this point, your mom sort of looks over at your dad, who is pointedly not looking at her.
So
We're gonna have a talk later.
well,
Yes, dear.
Don't blame him too much for this, because it was my fault, not his. I asked him sort of to keep things quiet because this is understandably a lot, and we'll come more to that in a second. Anyway, so we found there what we think is going to be the ruins of an ancient dwarven civilization that Killian really wants to get into.
Both of them at once. What?
All right, didn't tell you that part. Anyway, so we're planning an excavation to go dig into that and see what we can find there. But that's a ways out of
It's going to be
town.
during winter, but
And then there was the whole Lucia thing. So she was caught and accused of using magic, and I kind of helped to bust her out.
What?
And so she's in hiding currently. And then her friend, though, got captured by the dragon things, the things that came when the stars fell. So we went and we saved her, but we found out that there's apparently something about some ancient elder gods that they worship that they're trying to bring back or find or something.
Numbers.
Yeah,
Lots of
something
numbers.
about numbers.
I am the second of, and I follow.
Second
I
of the fourth.
This
of
is the
third.
Cliff
the
Notes
one
version.
going
We're not
for
getting
one.
into the
Yeah.
numbers.
Don't go for the one. Don't go for the one.
But apparently Adrian was sort of touched by one of those weird elder god things, and that's how he got his magic powers, and apparently the Empress actually is using those magic powers. That's how she got her magic powers. And then
There
we
is
fixed the boat.
actually. There's a lot.
We came back on the boat, and I found Uncle Castian. So there's the Cliff Notes version.
You've been busy.
It's been a long year.
Yes, so
Wow.
we need to talk about how to structure stories, because that was a mess.
I mean,
And-
I'm better at it normally, but I was just trying to get it all out, because otherwise I was going to forget something. / we can clip this later and use it as a recap.
That was a ham-fisted hint.
Yes, it was.
Well, no, because we have the person who clips everything, so
Yes,
it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
True.
Um,
It's gonna be a weird segment to clip though, but
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That doesn't
Yep.
even cover the whole length.
and yeah, there's a little
yeah.
bit
Welcome
more,
to episode 15.
but I figure that's probably enough for right this moment.
That's enough for now.
It's a lot to take in.
That's enough for like
Oh,
a lifetime. Yeah,
Like at least a year, yep.
yeah.
yeah, at least
That's
a year.
Huh.
so. Adrian's not Adrian. Adrian is
Dead.
is
Yep.
okay,
Such talent.
He's actually the prince.
Yes.
and he's actually the prince.
Right, but we're not going to tell anybody that because they will outright kill him. Because of
I
a
see.
prophecy that he's supposed to take down the Empire.
Okay.
I see.
Good
Huh.
night, Alma.
I got nothing.
Good
I
night,
got
Moon.
You know, I would say this is just one of your crazy stories, but that's got the ring of truth to it.
I wish it was. That would be a lot nicer and cleaner, but instead we have a mess.
So do we have to take Prince Milo somewhere to do something?
That's a little unclear right now.
So
I
you're
don't
just on
actually
board to take it
know
down the
what
Empire.
next steps should be, other than we're going to try to dig into the dwarven ruins, which is actually why we found out he was Prince Mylavarian masquerading as Adrian.
I tried to save that clip, but that was like half an hour.
Okay, so Adrian is Milo.
Correct.
Okay.
That's where the aneurysm is to
This
And-
is, just keep talking.
And And Lucia got captured, but you broke her out?
Sort of. Yeah, as far as everyone is concerned, she's on her way back to the capital right now.
Yes, but she's not really?
Oh, no, she's outside of town.
Okay. Where? No, I don't want to know. I don't need to know.
Draxus took care of it.
Okay.
Wait, Drax.
All right. So Draxus knows about it.
Yes. As do the adventurer folks that were in town.
Sure, why not?
Since apparently pretty much everybody in town, aside from you two, uses magic.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
I feel this so much.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
Yeah, this makes sense. This is fine. This all checks out.
Okay, so the other part that I sort of did leave out that I think you two need to discuss because it may come up in the near future is what you and I talked about, Dad. Because there's more to that story that we may have discovered. I know that's an awkward conversation, but I think it's an important one. Not the part about the colony.
Yeah. I remember. And remind Keith.
I just forgot I was
about
making a
his
hat.
past.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what?
just trying to remind me how much Alma told Kel. Because I don't remember.
Oh, he has not yet mentioned the thing about Rosk. But
Okay, just...
he will once that conversation has been had.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. It's like... Yeah, that's... Okay.
So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but as far as Prince Milo goes, I would like to tell you that I do have political contacts, if needed.
They might be. Also, Killian might be on the path to joining the revolutionaries, so I don't really know what's going on with him now.
Of course she is.
He was pretty upset about his grandmother, and I kind of get that, especially with the revelation that there's nothing really divine about the queen, or the empress, rather.
Jump cut to Killian making blueprints
Bombs.
for a 100-foot giant robot.
Killian is now part of the IRA.
Okay.
So...
Okay, so that was a bit of an info dump. So,
More like an info vomit.
we're probably gonna need a little bit of time here.
So meantime, I think I'm going to go see what else I can do for wounded.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
No, tonight.
He wants to
want
out. We're close.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Most of them I think are being taken up to the winery.
Okay.
So that probably be where you want to go.
I love you.
I could use a good walk.
Yeah.
I think his parents need some time
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be able to open that door with the thing over it.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
If
It's
you
fine.
hear noise,
Yeah, we'll check in on him. We'll check in on him every
make
so
sure
often.
the fox hasn't eaten out his eyes or anything.
The what?
Oh, the fox that Killian gave me for my birthday last year.
Was that not just a cute metal statue?
Oh no. No, that's definitely living in my room.
Excuse me for 1 second, and your mom goes tearing assing up the room, up the stairs.
I love that. That makes me
No,
smile.
I
So
actually
let's
have.
go.
Yes. On the way, I'm going to talk to
It's
you.
alive.
Just so you know, you understand, I have an actual hat business down at the Capitol.
Yes.
I'm looking around to see who's around.
Mostly, mostly you're seeing townsfolk. There are a handful of what you would recognize as Imperial soldiers milling about, seem to be trying to help with the cleanup efforts. You do see, you recognized Mizuki's retainers, yes? You recognize Mizuki, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so there's a handful of retainers around wearing her house colors that are also helping out.
Okay.
You do also see a man you would recognize as Prince Lars, the eldest of the 3 living sons of the Empress. May she live forever.
Stop hitting yourself.
And he is in the town's center, directing the Imperial soldiers in their
that's
cleanup
fine, that's
efforts.
fine. As we're walking and we're, kind of clear of the Imperial soldiers, with like out of earshot of
Right.
us, I'm gonna mention to Alma that I have other dealings that could be beneficial.
All right. Like, what are we talking?
Like I said, I have access to political figures when needed. I can also obtain documents.
Okay. Actually, speaking of that, maybe we should make a quick stop over at my hideout. I'm gonna need to clear a little bit of snow, but I have something to show you there. And so we'll stop and I'll show you his little stash that he's got boarded up and stuff.
Okay.
And he's going to actually say, would you mind looking the other way for a minute?
Okay.
I'm changing.
Oh.
Don't be weird, creeper.
So he's gonna pull out like a smock and things, and he is going to change form. He's going to be sort of an elderly woman.
Not the first time I've seen him change, but.
Yeah, but I didn't need you to see old lady bits.
Thank you.
You're welcome, young sir. I just, if anybody is paying attention to what's going on, I don't want Alma to get in trouble.
I see. Yes. Fair.
All right. You doing anything in particular, or
Finding a place to sleep.
okay?
I assume Mother has rented my room out to, or Adrian's room out to a family.
Yeah, since you weren't going to be around to use it.
Then
yeah.
I will grab a blanket and sit in one of the armchairs close to the fire.
Hey, you have a bedroll.
Yeah, you do have a bedroom.
I do. I'm going to sleep in the chair.
Okay.
Grateful so and so.
Bedrolls are only supposed to be for outdoor use. I don't know. I've never used one. So.
That is not
Clearly.
true. You've used mine.
So,
Yeah.
You sound
That
like
was
a friend.
so Mizuki and Cabbage and
Carrot.
Carrot. What's happening in the girls' night?
Oh,
They're
boy.
painting nails!
I don't
Makeover.
know.
Actually,
Maybe.
Makeover.
we.
Now I just want to see this because Cabbage will squirm.
Yeah. Mizuki's gonna be like, I know. I mean, sometimes winter's about to set in, and sometimes it's always nice to do some skin treatments before winter for the
Like-
cold.
Leather?
No, my dear.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I have serums.
also yes,
Yeah.
but
Yes. No, I have some serums that are.
Rub the lotion on the skin.
This is gonna be fun.
I just have some serums that are good for your skin.
Oh,
Have you ever tried anything like that?
I'm
it
gonna
requires
say
money.
no.
Well, I mean, it might be fun since you're here.
So in my head, Carrot's just like,
Oh, absolutely.
Oh boy.
Sure.
The cutest carrot.
Keith is the cutest carrot.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I don't really know what you're talking about,
It's
but
really like it's good for relaxation.
I mean, it's
I
been a
feel
few
like we
stressful.
could all
It's been a
get
little bit
some
stressful lately.
relaxation tonight.
All right. Why are you so cold?
I don't know.
I feel like we could all use some relaxation at
Okay.
this point in time.
All right. I think that. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. All right. I trust you, Mizuki.
Famous last words.
All right. Perfect.
She looks deeply concerned.
She is. Mizuki's just like, yes, I'm victim.
All right.
I did that. You'll be fine.
Yes.
So I don't remember what I had you roll for makeup.
I think it was performance.
Rolled for makeup.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh dear.
I think that's what we did.
Performance, medicine, whatever.
Or I guess I could do medicine. Medicine might be better.
I mean, I guess if you're You're doing doing skins serums and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's-
yeah.
wait,
I can see that.
Yeah. 18?
Yeah.
18?
You apply all of the facial.
We're doing face masks and things. Like we're gonna do like mud masks or something. Yeah, we're gonna do
So
mud
you're
masks.
saying that I could just like go to the river, scoop up a thing of mud, put it on my
No,
face?
no,
and-
no, 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 no.
That's
Not
a
at
special
all.
kind of
No,
mud.
this is special mud. It's only mud from certain places.
Certain rivers. I could scoop up mud from certain rivers and slap it on my face and it'd be good for my skin.
In a way.
Checks out.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Alright. Why are you so cold? Alright. Carrot, you up for this?
She's already got it on her face.
She's already like.
Full body mud.
Yeah.
how old is Carrot again?
I don't know. You're the one with the.
Okay, so she's like 10, 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
Yeah,
not full
gotcha.
body mud.
No, she's definitely got that going. She's got her hair sort of pulled up into a top knot.
She's full Fraggle, man. Fraggle.
And she's rolling her she's rolling her leggings up. Can we do pedicures too?
Of course, yeah.
What?
How do you know about this stuff?
'Cause I'm a girl, cabbage.
Wow. Take 4 points of psychic damage. 4 points of
That
brain
needs to be
damage.
clipped.
Okay, I'll try to remember that one.
I'm a girl too.
Well, yeah, mostly.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't wear dresses.
Alma wears more dresses than you do.
You're not inaccurate. Yeah? Yeah.
But Carrot doesn't know that.
No.
Well, yeah, we'll do some tea foot baths. That'd be nice.
Why am I bathing my feet?
I thought you drank tea.
Of course you drink tea.
Just the desperate confusion.
Yeah, another information.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
What's gonna happen?
I promise it's not gonna hurt.
You know, I heard somebody say one time that beauty's pain.
I have yet to experience this.
Okay.
Are your feet bound?
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's. I trust you when it comes to beauty things because I guess I've got some learning to do. Don't let me
I'm
not
sure
know.
already quite beautiful.
Oh, honey.
Thank you, Mizuki.
I feel like this is like a sibling thing.
All right, you don't have siblings, do you?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't have any
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah. This is a sibling thing.
So basically, you fight each other to the death.
With love.
With love.
As long as you.
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Sometimes with love.
like being mean to each other is a normal.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Why'd you leave the DM?
Because the DM's my sister right now.
Fair. Fair.
All right.
Is
Let's.
cabbage mean to you, Carrot?
No.
But
Yeah.
just like
She's just never there.
Oh.
oh.
Yeah.
She spends a bit of time with me.
That's not a bit.
It's because I'm
Oh,
helping
honey.
with the ship.
She just has some other responsibilities, Carrot. She has some other responsibilities.
Do you guys go on adventures?
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Oh boy.
Carrot,
be a second part
were
to
you
that.
listening when Mom and Dad gave me that weird talk?
Well, we were at the breakfast table.
Oh yeah.
The talk.
No.
It's
Stop trying
Trust
to
me on
dignify
this
that
one.
as an answer.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're here now. Sisterly bonding time,
There's a
doing
second half to that.
tea baths or something.
Because he's my sister, right?
skincare.
Skincare.
Just enjoy.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
Mizuki. Let's do this. Put mud on
So
my
you guys,
face.
Okay, that one's.
so you guys have your spa night and girls' night.
Mizuki will do cabbage's hair though.
Not much to do.
Yeah, she's got real short hair.
True. She'll make it look cute though.
I believe that she will.
So you guys have that as your evening's entertainment.
Shit.
Mizuki's
Corporate's
She's
calling.
very happy. Two more victims.
Which one? That's the question.
I know. I never know.
So you are snoozing away gently in the armchair next to the fire.
Mhm.
Your dreams are, as you would expect, a little bit tumultuous and troubled by the events of the past. Name it. Life's been hell lately.
3 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days.
But who's counting?
I am.
At some point in the night, you slip into a semi-lucid dream. And
Naked.
you are standing on a precipice. And you're looking out over what your brain sort of tells you is the Empire. You know, there is no mountain this tall to see the entirety of the Empire. The Empire is too vast. You'd never get this view. But you're standing on a precipice overlooking the Empire.
Right.
And Lars is hanging from the cliff by his fingertips right in front of you.
Ooh.
And there's a little, still, small voice that whispers in your ear, "Do it." And off in the distance, floating in the abyss of the air in front of you, you see visions of wealth. You see yourself wielding power. And the voice in your head tells you, that can be yours. Do it. Do it. And Lars is hanging there from his fingertips looking up at you. And there is one part pleading and one part arrogance on his face. And it's an unnatural blend. And the voice in your head says, do it. And you feel yourself pulled forward to the edge. You're standing right over him. What do you do?
I kick his fingers and push him off the cliff.
As his fingers pull away, you feel yourself pulled out of the vision, and the last thing you see is a look of surprise on Lars's face as he plummets into the void. And you sort of bolt awake in your chair, breathing a little hard from whatever. And you look around, and you're in the farmhouse just as you left it.
Okay. Is it...
The voice in your ear.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't trust that.
Before
But you
fading
have
into silence.
Right. Am I still Adrian?
You are still Adrian.
Okay. Alright.
Break down.
Need to make some plans.
So what are you guys doing the next morning?
I would like to do a little praying myself, but I can do that also.
Okay. At some point overnight as well, you will have a chance to talk with Master Itzhak, and we can deal with that off stream as well.
Sweetie, would you give me an arm back?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I figure I probably slept there after doing a couple songs of rest to try to help folks out.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, dear.
I just kind of walk him out.
All right.
Which is where you guys are. I don't know if you catch us, but
Well, I was not there.
oh.
But you,
There was
yeah,
a
you would have
significant
been there,
lack
so
of
you would have
senior
seen
year.
them.
Yeah.
So you do see Castian, and you see an old woman that is unknown to you,
Right.
and you see Castian sort of leading her out the door. You don't see Simi.
Yep.
What do I look like in the morning? Beautiful.
Your face is still caked in mud. You have cucumbers on your eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
We just fell asleep with your mud mask?
I don't
No.
know. I did whatever I was told.
I imagine that I look
Your
Confused
skin
with glowing
has
skin.
a certain glow to it.
There's je ne sais quoi.
Still have the sort of soft rollers in your hair.
Are you supposed to just leave these and walk around with
Oh,
them or
no,
something?
no. You take them out, and then they have like a nice. Oh, let me help you.
straight up Shirley Temple.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Animal crackers in my soup.
So Mizuki will take her hair out and
It's real bouncy.
So Carrot's hair is kind of doing the same thing, and she's just kind of doing this. Her face has got sort of that same glow to it. She's dabbing a little bit of paint on her lips, patting some rouge on her cheeks.
Scandalous.
yeah.
I never get a chance to do this, and she's painting her nails.
What are you doing?
You look real pretty, Carrot.
Thank you.
Am I supposed to do that?
Only
Such
if
a
you
good
would
sister.
like.
I really wouldn't.
No one's forcing you, Captain.
Okay.
It's
It
whatever
looks
you
good
want.
on you.
Thank you.
My skin does feel real soft. I will tell you that. It's kind of weird.
It's good for retaining moisture in your skin.
I love cabbage so much.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Just don't taste it this time.
Yeah.
If you don't mind Carrot hanging out with you for a little bit, because she doesn't look like she's done with.
Yeah, not quite.
It's okay. I have things to do.
Okay, I'm gonna go check in with Mr. Mayor and.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what we're
We did say that we were
meant
I
going
think-
to meet at Killian's. in the
Yeah, I
morning,
think
so.
after we sort out everything in our various places, we'll probably meet over at Killian's place. I'll come get you before
Yeah,
we.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go find Mr. Mayor.
Oh, good morning, Cabbage. You're looking quite dashing this morning.
You look like a girl.
Thanks. Mizuki did stuff to my hair, and
Oh.
I don't really know what it was, but anyway. Yeah. So, I do know that you've got a lot going on right now.
Yes.
And I do know you said no payment, but think of this as a donation toward getting the inn back in place.
Okay.
How much would it normally be for a family of like 10?
Oh man.
Okay, listen, I've been on the river, I've made some money recently, it's fine. I promise you're not putting me out. I promise, cross my heart.
That wasn't your heart.
All right. 5 gold pieces.
That sounds real low.
It's not.
No, it's not.
That's
It's not
it?
low.
For one night, yes.
Like, really? For that many people?
Well, I assume most of the children would you're only talking 2 rooms.
Okay, I'll give him 10.
Wow.
Okay.
That's like a month's worth of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wages
but
for a
also
normal
it's-
person. Not bad for us right now, but like that's a lot of money.
But, like I said, it's a donation toward getting the inn back in place because I feel like towns need an inn. And you're the only one we got.
You're not wrong. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Maybe don't tell my parents how much I gave you. Might make them faint or something.
Did you steal this from your parents?
right. Right. Right.
I don't even know that they'd ask, but you know.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Wink.
You can't be more specific than that, sir.
So I gotta crap mud every night.
It's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're obviously doing well for yourself, so
Oh, okay.
keep
Yeah.
doing whatever it is you're doing. And I will try to not be quite so me about you.
It's okay. I know I can be kind of an obnoxious person. And I do hang around the inn a whole lot.
That's all right.
Maybe consider that apology money or something.
Hush, honey.
I think we're square at this point.
All right, I'm gonna go check on my family real quick.
So you find the rest of them just stirring. Your mom's dealing with the littler kids, Potato especially, just making sure everything is hunky dory. Your dad is starting to try and sit down and figure out what he's going to do about the house at this point. There's also starting to be a little bit more activity around town as the cleanup continues and progresses. Rubble being sort of pushed aside and swept up. Buildings that can be shored up, getting shored up. The ones that can't, being pulled down so that their foundations can be reused. Things like that. Make me a perception check real quick.
You okay there?
Stay.
You do have inspiration.
18.
18? Okay. Glancing out the main window of the the inn, you see a familiar figure sort of dashing across the city center. It's James. He is pulling on his work apron, and he's headed down the street towards the blacksmith's shop.
Yeah, I should probably go talk to him.
Perfect.
You definitely didn't plan this.
No, but the DM did.
Alright,
I just wanted Cabbage to look nice.
Mum,
Yeah,
why'd you make a face?
I didn't make a face.
Alright. Just making faces at me this morning. Carrot's with Mizuki right now. I just saw James running, so I'm assuming he's probably okay, but I'm gonna go check on him real quick because he was not doing so hot last night.
Yeah, okay.
And things are squared up with Mr. Mayor, so
Okay. What do you mean squared up?
I mean the room's taken care of.
Okay. Did Mizuki pay for it?
No, I did. I've made some money recently. You know I've been out on the ships and doing things.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Alright, I'll be back in a minute and then we can try to figure out what to do with the house and stuff.
Okay.
I definitely didn't make a year's worth of money in like 3 days. It's fine.
More money than
Yeah,
my parents
it's fine.
made in it.
Everything here checks out. It's all good.
We just
I've
won't
made
tell
more
them
money
how
than my
much.
parents have made in their entire lives.
Head to the forge.
Okay. So as you get there, you do see that James is just taking his spot at his anvil. The rest of the apprentices are there as well. Draxus is there. Looks like they're all turning out building components, nails, hinges, latches, all the things that are going to be needed to put the town back together.
Morning, Mr. Draxus.
Morning. I've lost Draxus. He's gone now. Oh
No.
Mind if I steal James for just a second?
no. Go. And James just sort of looks up Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
So just walk over to the side. Not far. Everybody's there.
Mm-hmm.
Rouge my knees and roll my stockings down.
Are you okay?
Yeah, actually, I'm fine.
Okay, because you were not okay last night.
I'll be honest, I don't remember much of last night.
That's completely fair. Well, you did jump into a falling down building to save my baby sister, so
No, I didn't.
what?
I wasn't going after Potato. I thought you were there.
And Potato?
Not really.
Oh.
Well,
That's right. Dig yourself out of this one.
Cabbage doesn't know how to handle this.
I love that failed the first time.
You
Made it that much better.
Did you do something different with your hair?
Mizuki got a hold of me.
You look pretty today.
Thanks.
Because you did before.
Never letting Mizuki touch it her ever again.
Yeah, well, the reality is you did save my baby sister. And I really, really, really appreciate that, because if anything had happened to her, I don't know.
He's gonna kind of look over. Draxus is just standing there, stoic, watching,
Waiting.
waiting.
And knowing.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
This would be a nice time for me to come to the corner. Oh.
And that's where we're gonna cut it off for the night.
Aww.
Cabbage has turned the color of her headband.
Which is
We're gonna cut
Red.
it off.
It's bright red.
We're gonna cut it off there for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a good time. We will check back in with you guys next week. We normally will stream every Monday night, starting about 6 o'clock Mountain Time. We missed last week. Just life got hectic, got crazy. We decided to take a week off. We are back on our regular rotation, however. Just a couple of real quick reminders. We do have our Discord server up and running. That is a good place to get all of the information for announcements, things like that that are going on with the channel. If we ever have to take a night off or shuffle the schedule, the Discord will be our venue of choice for making those announcements. So be sure you stay tuned to that and check that out. In addition to this stream and this set of players, we do also have information there on the Discord for Kyrie's stream and a couple other streams associated with folks here around the table. If you want to get caught up on any of our back episodes, go check out our YouTube server. Our YouTube channel. All of the video content that we create does go up there, so you can find everything. We've got 2 full campaigns up right now. My last one, which was our run through the Tomb of Annihilation, and Danny's run through her custom content, her homebrew campaign that she did for us. Both really, really fun, both really, really cool. Give you a sense of what our play style is like. All of the episodes of this campaign are there as well, so you can find those and watch them if you need to get caught up. Big shout out, big thanks to Pan Streams this evening. Stephen was able to use their music, and hopefully that came through for you guys. As sound effects for his spell casting. I thought it was really cool. It was really fun to hear it here at the table. and hopefully that came through good for you guys as well. That is all we have. We do run those recaps on Twitch weekly, so do check out those. And if you're over at the YouTube channel, be sure you hit the like and subscribe so that you know anytime we post new stuff over there. Until next week.
Grab your bags and grab your balls!
I teed it up for them, and they didn't even go anywhere with it. But just remember, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Guys, we failed.